statesmanship. Push them to the limits, let the war exercise start, let the troop deployment start. You may not intentionally mean it. You know what I'm talking about.
But the question is, here you are.
So as to force a response.
No, it's wrong. Absolutely wrong. This is what we call bluster. And they've called his bluff. You don't start a negotiation as a responsible leader of a responsible nation like Nigeria that way. If you don't do this, I will do this. And then they're saying, go ahead and do what you want to say you want to do. That is not responsible. Before you go even to ECOWAS, here you are a president who is barely 9 weeks old. He's just recently moved into the villa. He's not even unpacked his bags. He wants to go to war. He doesn't have his team. The only people he has are his advisors and the service chiefs. The service chiefs have not even gotten their feet wet. They haven't even found out what's wrong in their places, how to make assessment. You're taking the nation to war. It's wrong.
He has said it is ECOWAS that is taking the action.
Unbelievable.
And not Nigeria, nor himself.
Look, I don't want to hear anything about this ECOWAS. For goodness sake, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is sitting on that table as ECOWAS chairman because he's the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Without that, he won't be there. So ECOWAS, be responsible as the leader and say, I am going there wherever you go. ECOWAS, United Nations, AU, you are there to protect the interests of Nigeria. This is exactly what I said.
Should we have, as good neighbors spanning several decades, try to resolve this matter, engage bilaterally, rather than multilaterally, use of ECOWAS? Should the president have said, let me speak to the copies directly, Niger Republic bilateral relations framework? Should have been an option?
Right, good. I mean, what this is showing exactly is inexperience, and understandable. 9 weeks old, inexperience of this government in the international scene. What he's been doing with the economy, with this Niger crisis, clearly shows he shoots before asking questions. There has been a precedent, a history of Niger going through a coup, even killing a president, Nigeria coming in. In 2000, during President Obasanjo's reign, in 1999, President Mainasara was shot at the airport. There was a coup by Major Wanka. There was a coup in Niger. President Obasanjo was just 1 year old. Of course, ECOWAS did all the meeting. What happened? Was the President Obasanjo, because his experience and he had his cabinet, the Minister of Foreign Affairs then was Sule Lamido. They went through the back door and continued negotiations. Absolutely. Continued negotiations. What happened was that eventually Wanka was moved out of power and there was a transition. And Mohammed Tanja became the president. But there was no threat is we're going to come gun-ho with tanks, and we don't do that.
What the recall what he said while assuming office as ECOWAS president, as if he knew there were some military purge in West African nations in the pipeline. He stated clearly that the era of coup is over and it must not be tolerated. Is this president not enforcing the policy framework he has set for himself as ECOWAS chairman?
Yeah, but who delegated him to do that? Nigerians did not vote for him to be the policeman of Africa, to be the apostle of democracy.
But Nigeria is a member, a leading member of ECOWAS?
We are leading members of the United Nations. This is exactly the template of the United States of America. The United States of America has been going around the world saying the policemen of the world, they want to bring democracy. See where Libya is today. See where Iraq is. See where Afghanistan is.
But we intervene militarily in Liberia and Syria.
The difference is,
and it fetched dividends.
Right. The difference is not in our back door. War in your back door is different from war outside. Sierra Leone and Liberia, they were, and we went to bring peace, not to cause war against a neighbor that has not attacked us. People say, oh, we intervene in Gambia, we intervene in Liberia. Gambia, Liberia, Sierra Leone, they are not across the border from Katsina, where I come from, or Daura, where President Muhammad Buhari comes from, or Sokoto, where the Sultan comes from, or Maiduguri, where the Shehu Borno comes from.
What's the level of affinity? Because even the president, former president, has said, I have cousins over there. What's the level of affinity?
Of course, we are the same people. We are the same people, Hausas, Kanuris, Zabarmawas, and we have intermarried over the years. And here you are, and I say something that has been overlooked. President Muhammad Buhari, of course, has lineages like I do across the border. Here you are, APC former president, handed over power to you, and the first thing you want to pay him with is bring war in his backyard. Incinerate his backyard so that he cannot even stay and live. You don't have that respect for him?
No.
And another thing, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is occupying the villa today because of the overwhelming votes he gets from the north. We have said no. Our lawmakers have said no. Our traditional rulers have said no. Our clerics have said no. We the people have said no. You haven't talked to Nigerians. You've been talking to ECOWAS.
Yes. You know, he is the president of Nigeria. He's not the president of northern Nigeria. He may want to consider overriding national interests.
Right. So what I'm saying is that he hasn't spoken to Nigerians. All we have seen of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his advisors are him at the conferences with ECOWAS meeting. He has not addressed the nation. Neither has his national security advisor. Neither has his any service chiefs. We don't have a minister, any minister to come and talk to us. So you're not talking to people. You just wrote a letter to the Senate. Say, hi guys, give me permission to go to war. The senators say, no, you cannot do that. And he cannot go to war without the authorization of. So, to be honest, this is the way we are seeing it in the north. He's taking us for granted. This is huge contempt of the people. People are against it. People that voted you in, you're not talking to them. You're taking the nation to war. Nobody in your administration is talking to people. Look at the clerics that went and visited him, including Sheikh Dahiru Bauchi, over 90 years old, on a wheelchair. He was wheeled to the villa to see him. Ordinarily, it is Bola Ahmed Tinubu or his vice president that should go and see, that should go and consult with elders like that. He came and talked to you. We don't want war, because there's no reason for that war. There are ways to solve this problem.